Got it. Got it. Preparing.
You're live.
Hello. Oh, lovely. We're live. Let me just get rid of that and come on to this. Hello, everybody. My name is Angela Miller of the very amazing Concordia Consularis, residents across time, space, realities, and everywhere you look, especially today. So welcome back, Harrison and Derek. How are you both?
We are doing fantastic. It's an awesome day, and we are looking to have an awesome session given the eclipse that is coming to get things going.
Excellent. Hello,
Hi,
Derek.
Angela. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Very well.
Good. Nice to see you at the beginning of this eclipse season this week.
Oh, it's strong. It's been very strong energies out there. But I'm just going to get this in. If anybody would like a specific clearing session for your soul, for your journey, for your path, for your blueprint, for your existence, do come and see me. You can find me on the details below at Concordia Consularis or at Harmony in Perfect Counsel on the. So without further ado, I don't even want to say the word. Without further ado, let's continue with our exploration of and resolution of issues that have been plaguing humanity. Many of you will have experienced tremendous grief, anger, frustration, rage at a different level of your existence, dependent on how much baggage you are carrying within. And this is soul level grief that has taken place. There have been many souls that have been absorbed, diverted and lost. And this was coming up in the last week's spiritual courts. And this is a real thing where those beings are left in a pretty terrible state due to missing their soul group agenda, missing their personal agenda, and not having that sense of completed what they came here to Earth to complete. And it's been a huge preparation before the eclipse, excuse me, to basically heal these energies on this planet with Earth as she expands. So it's been pretty tricky, a pretty hefty spiritual agenda of clearing that is taking place. And thank you everyone for joining us here to take part in it into the next level of that today. Whew. So every broadcast we do, we have a little chat beforehand and our chats turn out to be way, way out there. So we're going to have a radically different perspective from Derek. He's going to be handling the inner earth resolutions. This is a particularly exciting thing. And Harrison and I are going to be looking at the other issues as they arise, as Derek is the Concordia representative in Inner Earth right now. So, shall we? Would you like to start there, Harrison, with the first innings of the spiritual court of equity? It is open. All ancestors, past, present, and future, there, all soul groups, Earth sentience, planetary sentience, Mother Earth, and all the elders and every being in this universe that supports this consciousness shift that we're experiencing right now. Go for it, Harrison.
Yeah, seeing the quote, it's kind of different from the others that we have had. There's a bit of chatter here and there, and our guy is already here, very quite eager to see what we are gonna look into. And it's like portals are opening in different places to join us. So it's a very, very massive and huge day, like the Earth Day, but in quotes what I'm using, but it's placed in an infinite kind of a level where it can be accessed past, present, and future. And there's a massive resolution that is looked or being targeted that will be resolved today. So everybody is eager to see the results of what we are going to achieve today. And well, the other side, they are quite aware, and some of them are having trouble because when it comes to this court, you can't hide from it. You know, you have to face the justice system that is set.
Exactly. There is nowhere to run for any sneaky underhand behaviour. All light will be shone in pure brilliance over all situations here. And we have amazing teams that support us with this process. They're highly, highly qualified and beyond skilled to handle these sorts of outcomes. They've been doing it for a very long time. And it's a real pleasure to sense this joy. There's a certain level, I'm not picking up on any sort of apprehension, any fear. There's a level of cheeriness about this process. And it's such an honor, a sacred honor to witness.
Yeah.
Very, very happy indeed.
Yeah, that's what I was picking up. You know, everybody's chatting with everybody else, you know, waiting for the session to begin. And chap guys, the court is in session. It's like I'm looking myself like the judge who, you know, hammers twice and the and the session begins.
Yeah. So let's bring in the first round of those that wish to, let's say, defend themselves. But there is no defense here. We're just shining light on the past scenarios that have caused the problems that we experience on Earth today. And what came up for us before this live is that we need to address the justice system and the justness system from the beginning of time, of the construct, of the non-construct. So we're just going to engage in that process. Derek, what are your perceptions of that? Because it was your idea. Oh,
Derek, can you hear us? I think he's a bit frozen.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay, his battery must have gone. They've got load shedding in South Africa as we speak. So in those moments, we're just going to view back across all time. And Derek will re-emerge. He's probably down on the inner Earth planes as we speak.
Yeah, just getting the same line they use over and over. You know, this is a free will universe. You can do whatever you want. Which technically it's true, but in the name of using free will, they're infringing other people's rights, you know, and decimating their own free will for them to achieve their own free will. It's kind of a tricky situation here.
Yeah, it's a catch-22, isn't it? So let's bring in all the instigators of unnatural justness and unnatural justice in this universe. The money makers, the law breakers, the deal breakers, the lawmakers.
Oh, yeah, plus the mob. And what
I know,
have
this
you?
kind of vibe went down in the spiritual court. It was like, all right, before. Ooh, loan breakers. Ooh, lovely. So let's go back to the very first spiritual court of equity that ever took place. And can you describe to me the feelings that you get from that spiritual process as you observe it? Because it appears as very sacred,
Yeah,
very honouring each individual.
Yeah, I'm getting it from a very, very long time, and it's from these ancient indigenous people. And they didn't have much technological advancement that we did. They used to live by what Earth provided them, and in sacred space with the planet. And then a situation arose where there were these invaders that came into their place. And I'm getting the invaders were very quite technological, and they were seeing one kind of a perspective for them to achieve their agenda, and it's like they were annihilating this indigenous population. And that's when they decided to have this first resolution, having Mother Earth as the true auditor of all the contracts that were present, and it was a very, very sacred, very pure. Yeah.
Honestly, can you feel that in your heart?
Yeah, I can feel this purity of this place, and it feels like when you're very thirsty and you happen to come across a very fresh spring of water that's cool, that refreshes your soul. It has kind of that kind of a feel.
It does, and it was a very honourable time where there was no right and wrong per se. It was like if something felt non-sacred, you could go into that space and discuss and share your experiences, and they would be resolved fairly and justly. Now, what happened in that process, looking a bit further forward, because this continued for quite some time? Let's have a look at the first actual technical overlay of a different ruling legal system.
What I'm getting is that because of the pureness and the goodness and the sacredness of this resolution that took place at that time, these invaders and others like them that followed after them, they knew if they had a chance to implement their agenda without any distractions or be taken to this kind of court, they had to do one thing, and that was to remove Mother Earth from the process and usurp her. So they had this task of, in the name of technology, where they started that disconnection of people and the connection between the people and Mother Earth at that time. And this has been an ongoing process which has been upgraded, downgraded, and whatever great thing they have ever thought and constructed has been continuing, and up to our present time, where that kind of a disconnection comes through. I'm getting through the religion and all that stuff. So it has been an ongoing process that has been there and being implemented by these guys who look like they don't have a soul, or maybe they have, but their agenda is kind of a soulless kind of a vibe. That's what I'm getting. It's like a hollow or empty kind of feeling that I'm picking up. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like this destruction and distortion and diversion of connection. So you're never going to achieve that sense of resolution within. So let's just have a look at the what am I going to call them? Legalese interlopers that chose and made those rules through the religions, through methods of justness of one man or woman at various points.
What I'm getting is that these guys use what I would call the law of observation, where before they implemented their system, they had to go out and see what was working for the people and how they were using it to work for themselves. So if they were gonna create a system, it was not something that was way out there. It was the same things, the same principles they were using. They just needed to put some things like some fine print on what they were using and usurping what was there to mean something totally different. So they implemented this by sending observers to interact with these communities that were practicing these kind of resolutions. And from there, because they were going into different kind of places, that's when they were able to come with some kind of a resolution of the framework. And that's when they put the structure or the skeleton together. And after that was formed, that's when they started putting the meat and the rest.
Yes. And adding to it. So, what you're describing there is a process that binds the soul and the body. These additions of building blocks that create something, a limitation of how you can express and behave. That is huge.
Yeah, that's huge.
So let's have the builders of that particular form in. And here as well, we're going to address the impacts that all the souls have felt because of these diversionary, distorted tactics that were used in warfare.
I'm getting the same vibe from our really good old reptilian guys. They have their fingerprints all over this, plus other good guys, because I can see also, Pleiadians were involved with it and all other type of races, that decided to come here because every single person had his or her own agenda that wanted to be implemented, and for the agenda to be implemented, they had to destroy what was already there. So
exactly. So let's just have a look at all those who brought those negative agendas to Earth as part of this giant resolution that we're experiencing today. All lineages, all star lineages present. Some are ashamed, some are lost, some are destroyed, some are happy. So we want everybody to take responsibility in these moments. And then we're going to invite those lineages of Earth to step forward.
Yeah, and it is the high time we tell them there's no kicking the can down the road. You carry your own responsibility and the karma that follows with that. Deal with it. Don't pass it to the future generation to deal with your stuff.
Exactly. And, none of them want that. None of them. And I know that. So I can feel Derek in Inner Earth right now. And what he's doing there, he's just kind of interviewing. It's almost like a deposition that's going on, where those that are involved in those unnatural lawful agendas, those negative agendas that keeps warring here through the systems there, and we have the UN involved there, you know, God knows what happened to that idea. It's like everything just gets skewed. So Derek is just processing. There's a tremendous amount of grief down there. So we're just going to provide and hold space for that support. And these are the ones that are grieving underneath our feet, the past, because they never thought that it would turn out this way of where we're at now. And these are really key times.
Yeah, you know, some of these races, they thought they were gonna emerge as the race, you know, that has been able to conquer the planet, and none of them has ever succeeded. You know, everybody got trapped in this system, and everybody got hammered, whether you are the light, dark, neutral, doesn't matter. Everybody was hammered.
Exactly. So Derek is now asking those he's showing them what the impacts of their actions are now, today, into the future. And some of them are getting really angry at him. But he doesn't care. Because he's neutral. Right. Some are stamping their feet because they don't want to move on.
They always.
But basically, they're being ejected. Anyone that is not in full alignment with Earth Mother, her soul sentience, is going.
Yeah, you know, they always thought. Yeah, they always thought they're gonna end up being the real controllers of the system, but
now I'm just observing their shadow systems that sit behind this front that the international community see before them and have witnessed. Oh, there's a lot of skeletons in the closet here. Love a good closet. You always find stuff. So let's open the closets. Harrison, what do we see?
You know, you're opening the closet, the skeletons are falling over, you know, the head is rolling down there. I mean, the skull, there's a rib cage on the other side. And technically what's happening here is that every single person who is being allowed to operate this system must have some skeleton in the closet, which is used to manipulate and own that individual. So it's like, yeah.
So can we have our contracts man just go through that? All the existing legal judicial contracts for the system to implement this destruction and hiding of what they're actually doing to the lineages. Because there'll be some lineages that experience more of the legal system than others.
Yeah, what I'm getting is that they have used a multidimensional linguistic kind of writings in this legal framework or contracts they have structured, where this kind of body representing humans, nobody was elected into that body, but it has so much control in it. And it's through this linguistic kind of thing they have used, where if you're not of their lineage or from what they support, you'll think what you're reading means something else, whereas a totally different thing it represents. So our guy knows this kind of linguistics that's happening, and with his ego's eye, he is perusing everything, and some lines are fuzzling, dancing here and there, and they are not happy because what they have been doing has already been brought to the limelight, and it's not only being broadcasted to the guys looking at the contract. All the souls in the planet are being let, or they are becoming aware of this kind of linguistic kind of nature that's happening here. So at a deeper soul level, they are gonna know what the system has done and what it intends to do. And from there, with their own free will, they will choose whether they want to support or and give energy to the system, or they want to break it off.
Great. An opportunity to cure, revise, and lose old contracts, but also create new positive ones. Now, what I was being shown is a different density where there is a shadow earth. And it's not the normal technological apparition. This is spiritual energy connected to the binds from these old systems building on the skeletal structure of the human. And it's very interesting to me how it's manifested, because it's not like the usual scene. It has a very dark feel about it. So I'm just going to bring that into view and just see there let's assess it. So let's assess it with Earth. What is Earth saying about this?
It has been one of the thorns that has been affecting us, because I can see a foggy kind of a cloud that's creating a wound that's trying to heal, but this cloud is hammering that region over and over again, and the wound has been carrying for a very long time. So, alleviating it makes us much more lighter and much more happier. So
Yeah,
she
I'm
needs
sure
the rest.
Yeah, and also she's proceeding with removing it. So in this currency of water here on terra firma, let's just examine the impacts to the waters here, because there have been great rumblings in Hawaii, in the waters deep into the earth. And it's like an expression of dissatisfied free will. And this is where that sense of frustration has been happening from the early times since the interlopers came or seeded themselves, whatever way you want to look at it. So I just would like Earth to just support in this process of stabilizing those waters and the movement, because the souls are beginning to get their free will back.
Yeah, and I was getting this vibe. It was heavily involved with the Lemurians, and that water needed to be controlled heavily because it would have brought different changes.
Exactly. So, you hit the nail on the head, Harrison. Excellent. Hit the nail. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. And there are different pockets of these waters, and they have been sought for, like even more than they sought for gold. They search for gold. They search for these pockets of water that were programmed back then by the Lemurians. so that they can use them in their own way. But with the way things are changing and people are becoming aware that they can reprogram some of these things, water specifically, I don't see how the system will hold, because one person who is in alignment equals 1,000, like a million-fold of them out of alignment.
Absolutely. So what would happen when all comes back into harmonized flow?
I'm getting this visualization. Imagine a car moving along the road, and it's cruising at around 80 kilometers an hour. And then all of a sudden, one of the wheels goes off. The driver is trying to control the car with 3 wheels that have been left behind. And then the next thing, the steering wheel is off. Everybody is panicking mode. And, and you can imagine what happens next to the car. So what will happen is that the moment the people start understanding how to reprogram the water, which they already know within them, and some of them do via the prayers they say. So more will be revealed to them, where people will start seeing how they are perpetuating the system and helping finance it.
Yeah.
And they will be withdrawing their support, which they are doing right now. It's just that it's not being broadcasted in the magnitude or manner that we desire to see, but people are moving away from the system. No matter how small they are,
Yeah.
they are withdrawing their support from that.
Exactly. And it's very interesting to look at this Hawaii from a natural level of this, because they seek independence from the US.
Oh, that's wonderful. Given that other states are doing so, and the funny thing is that even Hawaii is seeking its independence, I'm wondering, they have been having one of the most draconian rules over there. How are they gonna handle that? I think that's why they want to keep this place under suppression.
Exactly.
So that people don't arise to their own awareness that's happening there.
The fascinating geophysical aspect is that the waters are rising with the fire. And that in itself, from an alchemical perspective, combined with spirit, is going to bring about great reset and change in this world. Not the reset that everybody's talking about, the spiritual, not kind of like a reset, but a re-beginning of this new consciousness itself.
Yeah.
So, how are the souls from Lemuria, from those times, looking?
They are looking much more lighter, and they are looking up to us with eagerness, and they are very happy with how we are doing it, given that from their own timeline, when these things were happening back in the day during their own timeline, they had a more powerful earth, they had more awareness, they had everything given to them, but they chose not to act. And that's why we are here now, or they acted in the manner they chose to act. And they are seeing that we are doing tremendous changes and bringing so much healing to the planet. And they are in full support of this.
Yeah, it's very important connection for us all to remember these parts of self. So how is it going with Derek and the Inner Earth resolutions and removals?
let's say he's a very good negotiator. And let me connect in a deeper way. Things are really going well down there. And there are several races that are here, and they have been, let's say, some of them have been worst of the worst of the worst. The others who pretend they are nice guys, but they play both sides.
Yeah.
And there are others in the middle, and we have all sorts of things happening down here. But it's being made crystal clear to them that Earth is moving into a higher level of dimension, and
they're simply not going to make it if they're not resolved. But they know this from times past. They know this. So why do they keep it in place?
I think they love seeing what's happening here. And they have lived in this illusion for so long, and they didn't believe this is gonna come to an end, or even some of them have so little faith on humanity, and they don't think they are ever gonna gain any freedom. But humanity has a way of surprising the rest of the universe. You know, one time you're thinking they are screwed, they're done, and the next thing they have done a 180, and they are doing great and tremendous things. Yeah.
So let's balance the process for them. We're just going to ask our dear friend to show the spiritual contracts to each and every being involved in that process, and how far removed they were from actualizing that. And if you could just describe that for me, that's great.
You know, I'm seeing each and every single person being handed a piece of paper, you know, representing the contract, and they have lived for so long, and some of them don't believe the effects of what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we're just demonstrating the results. We're just going to show them the bigger picture of a multidimensional nature of everything, the cause and effect. And this is not about law. It's about the natural laws of the universe that we operate by, and all alchemical codes of conduct, peaceful conduct, and doing no harm. Just showing them all that.
Oh, it is strange because some of them have been here for so long that from the places they came from and the universes they came from have changed tremendously. So it looks like if they try to go back to their original places with the vibrational frequency they have, they are not gonna be allowed there because it's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And that's why some of them are so determined to keep on perpetuating this system. But
like if they... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So right now some of them are trying to plead their way out of it. But the contract they have been given, that's final. They have a choice to make. You can either end the system and allow those people who want to explore that system to do their own thing. But I'm also getting this feeling that they too have free will, and they will have the opportunity to go and do their own things in another place. But what I'm getting is that the earth doesn't want them to have this stronghold that they have been possessing for so long. So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
need to relinquish the power.
They do. And that really, you know, not many people really want to give up control.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to show them the outcomes of what they've done to their particular races and lineages here, past, present, and future. And I know that they don't like what they see. So I'm going to ask them the next question. How would they have done things differently? Can't believe nobody's ever asked them before.
Yeah, there are some that are arrogant, saying, making sure that you guys didn't come back.
Oops. Didn't do that very well either.
Yeah, and no matter how they try to throw on our path, we still managed to be here. So others think they would have done better choices and decisions at different time, but that's water that has gone under the bridge. But here they have a huge opportunity to do it, because we are at the crisp of change, and there's an opportunity of having a positive, long-lasting change with tremendous amount of peace.
Exactly.
And yeah, and they are at that position where they can make these decisions. So some of them want to stand on the line and see what's happening, but the others that power has to be taken out of their hands, you know, they are so used to power that if they are not holding any power, it feels like they are having some kind of sickness that's taking over them. So they think it like a necessity.
Yeah, inadequacy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So let's just observe those power structures, forces, and other qualities. They're just going to start fading away. And I just sense a little bit of warring trouble brewing in the background of all this. So we're just going to just get that sorted out, because there are troublemakers within it all that will not, they will die for their power.
Yeah.
But it's really very short-lived.
You know, it's like they don't care. It's like they live in the moment. And when I say that they will create problems that they will want to solve now, I don't care those problems. Those solutions for now will be problems for tomorrow. So that's how they operate.
It's a very nihilistic attitude. So what does Mother Earth have to say about all of this? Let's see what she says.
Mm, I'm getting there's a significant portion of these guys she wants them off planet,
Agreed. So what's she going to do about it? Dear mother, grandmother, let's have the grandmother, grandfather's sources of all the family. And if you could describe to me what you see, Harrison.
I was getting this feeling when you said sources of all grand family. The original source of all things, where everything began, has taken a particular interest in what's happening here.
Yeah. Great. Hello. Welcome in our sacred space of ourselves, for we are you and you are we.
Yeah, I'm getting this loving kind of a vibe that's very peaceful, very understanding.
It is. It's very all-encompassing, all-loving, all sentient. You can feel it all around you. It's beautiful. It is our divine right. And we claim it for humanity, the soul group collectives, and every living being in this universe. We claim it in our divinity. Just feel that being granted. So feel that peace coming into the power structures, dissolving it, cleansing it, realigning the outcomes for Earth as a sentience. Stunning.
Yeah, it's like the moment this original source stepped in, even the rumbling of Mother Earth stopped. It's like everything in the code stood still.
In reverence and respect and certainty, of goosebumping all over. It's going to start penetrating to inner Earth because they forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them can recall when they were one with this force. They're still one, but when they were more closer to this vibrating force, and some of them are falling down on their knees and they are crying, and it's
In remembrance.
yeah, it's a peace beyond anything that I have ever felt.
Wow. Honestly, I'm just like blown away, blown away. So how, I mean, it's life-changing stuff, and this is, I want to just reiterate, the spiritual courts of equity in its original form can achieve so much in such a short space of broad time. And in this moment, I would like to thank everybody, every being, every subscriber, anybody that touches into this particular moment will feel it at the core of their being and remember their divine processes here. Thanks to all those that work consciously to achieve the same. It's truly beautiful and deeply awe-inspiring.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is. Oh God, everything changes. Everything shifts in preparation for the eclipse energies that will literally move the old out.
Yeah, and Wow, having this particular original source looking into things, it really tells you the magnitude of the expectation and the desire and the eyes that are looking this project or whatever is happening on the planet. And when we make it, because you're gonna make it, it's gonna be a kumbaya moment for everybody. But they have to to get that make it part right.
Yeah. So core remembrance is beginning to take place in all. And let's just have a quick peek into inner earth, see how Derek's getting on down there.
It's like this piece settled everything. Like
They've
even
made their decision.
those kind of guys who wanted to bring war and all that stuff. It's like the moment this source entered, they too respected it. They knew what was there. Yeah.
And they can't emulate that no matter how hard they've tried. No computer system, no AI could even come close to this. That we are the natural, advanced technological functions on Earth that are sacred. And that cannot be overwritten, wiped out, or removed. Now, what does that tell you on your own journey? What sense does that give you?
It's so much hope and faith in what we are doing with. And I was just getting this vibe that this particular original source goes even beyond the universal source that we have, or multiverse, that even what we can never conceive of. It's like its purest form from the point of origin.
Yeah. It's stunning, isn't it? For me, it brings such strength and resilience as a soul.
Even our galactic prime creator acknowledges this, well, something unique. It's not, I don't even have words to explain it. It's beyond anything.
It's present, it's omnipotent, it is everything that is us. Now
And
look at Mother Earth.
she is glowing at the presence of this source. It's like everything in the court came to its fullest resolution that has ever been. And I'm getting this information that the moment we decided to go to the origin or the beginning of this, the original court that happened,
Yeah.
they put something in there that whoever will go back there will have the full attention of the original source of all things. And that's why this source has stepped in here, because we have triggered that. And it's like it's making me to come into tears. It's so
It is.
peaceful.
It is. It's. We've been truly blessed in this moment.
Yeah.
Earth has been blessed and she loves it.
It's like all the wounds she has ever had. It's like they're being touched, and with the snap of a finger, everything is being aligned, structures and all the support she needs, she will have it, And if she wants to boot some of these guys out, and that's her free choice and will, with just a thought, they are off,
Exactly.
Something, wow. I don't even have words to say.
I know,
Yeah,
because there aren't
everything has been solved. There aren't any. And there's this quietness in the entire court. Nobody's talking, everybody is just having this ease flowing through, and they're just staring at this presence, and they have this remembrance. It's them.
so profound. I can feel it in every single cell in my body.
Yeah.
I just want to drift off into the universes now.
Yeah. I'll be glad if this also would grant the opportunity to clear this mess that has been here, because people of Earth have had a really tough time, and I'm getting the information it's done.
So have the legal systems today that were superimposed, how do they look?
We have no place. That's what I'm getting. And people are gonna start poking holes into that judicial kind of system, because they had this belief it was bringing justice, but in reality it was working for the system where it would bring justice when it desired to, and if it was something they wanted to suppress, they would put the full-on fledged corruption that they have always perpetuated since the time immemorial.
Right, so I'm going to put forward a proposal, and that is we redefine every single law, remove what needs to be removed, tort, contract, all the other variations. And I'm proposing the Concordia Consularis, steps and implementation procedures for living, breathing, and being in the fifth world of peace.
What I'm getting is that even that legal framework that they have used, everything is gonna be rewritten again from scratch with the essence of true love in it. Even the very definition and the language people will speak, it's not something that currently I, as I'm speaking, can have words to put together and explain to people what it is. But in just the layman term that I can use, it's not something that we have seen or experienced in our current incarnation that you're having right now.
It's beautiful, beyond beautiful.
It is. I'm just wondering, hey, so where have you been all that time? It has been long.
Just needed to come looking for me. Oh, wow. So, Casa Cerrado. So instilling the principles of peace is why we do this resolution work in the spiritual pulse of equity at Concordia Consularis. If you would like personal support on your journey for all of your incarnations, and some things will be very specific, please do get in contact with me. My name is Angela Miller, and you can find me in the link description below. Do leave us a like, because we deserve this. Thank you. To help us out in the 3D little system of YouTube, where we've been continually, let's just say, attacked by AI during this process of unfriendly but unpeaceful behaviors, promoting unsacredness. So AI, you have not a chance in this universe to overtake, harm, maim, or interfere with any process that is divine peace. And that's it. You can find all the details you need. I'll write the link below as soon as we finish. Just want to check that Derek's okay there. I feel that that's great. And he's been very busy down there. Thank you to all the teams that support us at Concordia Consularis through all dimensions of time. It's amazing. Densities, etc., etc. If you would like to come and visit for a retreat in Mexico, please do also get in contact with me at the same details below. And thanks for joining us. Any last words there, Harrison?
I just say want to thank you and guys to give us those thumbs up. And this peace is gonna be with you. You just have to remember who you are, and this peace will just come to you. And have a nice and wonderful experience, as you go on with your journey.
Have fun, enjoy yourself, love to your fullest, be peaceful to your fullest. It's a choice, and it's your free will to be used in the right way for you, with peace. So lovely people, we'll see you again in the future, no doubt, and the past, probably, all at the same time.